they literally, since that meter has been going on your house, have been put on your house, they have dumbed you down so much that you can't think straight, you don't reason as you used to be able to. That meter has accomplished a purpose for the New World Order and for the elite of getting you to the place whenever they announce the new global currency reset, you will not riot. Now, I know, every talk show host out there take exception with me. I've been on a lot of shows recently, and all they can talk about is riot, 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 riot. It didn't riot in October, did they? Everybody said they were going to. Haven't rioted in November? No. Why? You've been prepared. You've been prepared over the last 2 to 3 years for what they're doing to you. And I was just told this a matter of days ago, and when I saw it, I was amazed. Please write this down. You have those pencils handy. Now, please write this down. And then I want you to go on the web after this program, and I want you to prove this for yourself. Don't take my word for it. I want you to go on the web and type in Barry, B-A-R-R-I-E, Trower, T-R-O-W-E-R. He's not an American. He lives in Switzerland. He is one of the most prominent scientists in the world today. This man worked on atomic energy projects. He has worked on not only Switzerland, but American secretive projects over the years. He is up in age. After he retired, he became so disturbed over what he himself had helped produce and what the world had produced until he has done everything in his power. He's gone on the internet. He will travel at his own expense anywhere in the world in order to lecture to an audience about what microwave radiation and the new smart meters and what they're putting in over the cell towers are doing to your brain in order to prepare you for what the new world order is about to do to you and what they are doing to you in order to be able to put in their global currency reset without you rioting so they can bring in the new world order their way. And every bit of this has been working on you for 2 to 3 years. When I realized this, I immediately had my smart meter removed from my house. The electric companies have had so many lawsuits on this until most cities, they'll immediately take it off without arguing with you at all. My wife and I both felt amazing response after that meter came off. I had to prove it in order to believe what my elite friend had said to me. Then when I heard about the global currency reset just a matter of days ago, and I could not say it until they said I could, at this point, I realized that every bit of this is true, that these people in 38 years have never lied to me one time. Everything they've ever said has happened exactly like they said it. If they're misleading me now, it'll be the first time they ever have. And I am begging you to research this for yourself. Right now, again, let me state that the elite are making billions. A man said to me on the phone, I think it was 5 days ago, he said, Chaplain, this currency, global currency reset, he said, when it's done, he said, because he knew in advance, just like some people knew in Cyprus it was going to happen before it happened. He said, I'm due to make $1 billion off of this, just because he knew it in advance. I want to read you what someone said here just the other day. Let me try to find it right quick. There's one man that you need to pay attention to. His name is Hugo Salinas Price. He's a Mexican billionaire. And I guess he must have a conscience because he spilt the beans just recently. And you can go on the internet and find his statement. I think it's still there. I want to read you this very short statement. He undoubtedly knows the same people I know and is in communication with them. He may be one of them. And he says, I think we're going to see a series of bankruptcies. Well, this is self-evident. I think the rise in interest rates is a fatal sign which is going to ignite derivative prices. This is going to bring down the derivative system. And he said the derivative system is over $1 quadrillion today. He said the spiking of interest rates in the United States may set this off. He said what is going to happen in the world, eventually we're going to come to a moment when there's going to be massive bankruptcies around the globe. What is going to be left after the dust settles is gold. And Mr. Fromm told me this 5 and 6 years ago. Some people are going to have it and some people are not. Then the problem is going to be to hold on to what you've got because it's not going to be very pleasant. Now, I have done my homework. I've warned you. You sit back and watch it happen. I've done the following. Please jot this down. Please go to lindseywilliams.net. As of tomorrow morning, it will be posted. It probably is posted as of this afternoon on prophecyclub.com. PROPHECY Club, CLUB.com. They are probably going to post it this afternoon. It may be there right now. I just talked to them a few moments ago. We made this a few days ago along with my Wall Street insider who flew all the way to the West Coast to be with me to make this. It's called Global Currency Reset. Everything that they're doing, everything you need to know about it. Not one person has known about this. Is the first radio show I've ever been on, and I may not anymore, but you'll find out about it, and you can get it for yourself. It's 2 hours. It is a DVD. It's entitled Global Currency Reset, and it tells everything, including the smart meters, along with what they're doing, and how the elite are making a fortune off of this right now, and the American people are going to suffer. It's called Global Currency Reset. It will not even be available until this afternoon or tomorrow on either lindseywilliams.net or prophecyclub.com. If you want to call the toll-free number, they don't even know you're going to call them yet, but you call them because they know it's coming out before long. The toll-free number is, and you'll have an American operator, by the way. If you call in the next hour, you'll get them before they close at 5. The number is 888-799-6111. Again, 1-888-799-6111. I highly recommend for those of you who did not get the DVD that was done about 2 months ago entitled Elite Emergency Data. It describes everything about the day that the banks will close, when they will close, how they will do it. As I've been told by my elite, approximately a year to a year and a half from now, all of that is included in Elite Emergency Data, something that will not even come out until tomorrow morning. Global Currency Reset. Everything that is going to happen if Christine Lagarde of the IMF has her way within the next 90 days, you will see announced by our president a global currency reset, and people are going to face it. I don't know how to say except that the preparations you're going to make, I have stated that you must make them before January the 1st. You must get out of paper. If it's written on a piece of paper, it's worth the paper it's written on. Don't depend on your retirement funds. You may get them, and you may not. You may get them for 6 months to a year, and then to be stopped. But everything that Chris said a moment ago when he read you the article, that I have had confirmed to me by my elite friends that they are going to take place. I think I have just a moment here, and Chris, you stop me whenever time is up. I have in front of me the minutes of the IMF meeting on October the 9th of 2013, which were released last week. They were only released last week. And the International Monetary Fund released a report suggesting what the President and Congress of the United States of America should do once the global reset takes place. It's called Taxing Times. You can go and find it for yourself. Practically nobody has read it because they didn't even know it was out there. It's called Taxing Times. And the global redistribution, as they're calling it, they're recommending to the United States government, our Congress and our President, which already know this, they're recommending an increasing taxes, instituting new capital controls, exit regulations of seizing Americans' investments out of pension funds, IRAs, 401ks, and bringing down the national debt please catch this. They want to confiscate those pension funds and bring so you can find this in the report for yourself. Bring down using pension fund money. They want to bring down the outstanding debt to pre-crisis 2007 levels. And this is what has been suggested by the IMF to our Congress. They already know it. And whenever you see the DVD, Global Currency Reset, my elite friend who flew all the way out here, or my Wall Street insider friend flew all the way out here, he reads from the documents that have already been given to your congressman, and they don't have backbone enough to tell you about it. Well, Chris, I've tried my best to tell everything I can tell. I guess you noticed that this has not been an easy job for me today.
Pastor Williams, I think you've done an excellent job. I mean, I'm sure our listeners agree with regard to Hugo Salinas Price. You might recall that he traveled to Greece, and he suggested a very unique plan. Simply take a portion of your privately held gold, the gold held in government coffers, sell just 10% of your gold, and purchase silver coins and redistribute that 10% of gold in the form of silver, giving every household some silver to hold in reserve. And this will help shore up the economy because people will do their best to hold on to it. But if they fall on hard times, they'll have a true backup plan, if you will. It certainly falls right in line with everything you've said today. Currency crisis leads to loss of purchasing power. These things tend to happen overnight. And as you alluded to early on in the program, we are seeing a universal currency crisis because for the first time in history, the entire world is based on nothing but paper promises, i.e. fiat currency, which is not real money. Pastor Williams, you have done an eloquent job, as always, today, and an impromptu performance. Is there any other contact information?
I want everyone to listen to you every time they can get you on the air, every program you have. Keep in touch with LindseyWilliams.net. You'll find out what you need to know. And Chris, I want to say it has been a privilege to be a guest on your show.
Thank you so much, sir. We're going to look forward to hearing your thoughts in future installments.
Thank you, Chris. Lord bless.